So, hi, hello, and welcome to another video. So, this will be a 24-hour readathon, like stopwatch. So, every time I start a book, I will start the clock, and then once I finish a book, I will stop the clock and just see how many books can I read within a 24-hour clock thing. Yeah. So, reading plans. I'm definitely going to get some audiobooks done. Now, I don't have that many audiobooks to choose from. I'll try and get, most likely all the ones that I need to get done will be done. So I am currently listening to The Paris Apartment, which isn't bad to say that I don't like this either. I don't really know what it is. So we are currently 3 hours and 24 minutes in. So other than that, I have not that many audiobooks left, but I do have, let's see, I have A Song of the Wild Built, and The Paris Apartment is out of my comfort zone for my March TBR. Then we have Stillhouse Lake, and then I don't think there is anyone. We have DT, something in those lines, by which is my JLA book for this month, and then we have Hate Mail. So I think I will have enough audiobooks to basically get me through these days, these mornings that I am usually spending listening to audiobooks before I get down here and read. So the plan is definitely to every day. I don't know how many days this will be, but I have 200 pages that I need to read in a Throne of Glass book every day. So I am 177 pages into this book, so I need to try and read 200 pages in this today. But it takes some time. It definitely takes a lot of time to get through a fantasy book, so this will definitely be kind of first priority. I really need to get through this and then see, because I have this, and then after that I am going to move on to Queen of Shadows. So I will at least finish this within these few days, but I most likely will continue on with this in this vlog as well. And then I have so much to read, but I do think that I want to try and read this one, which is The Princess Rogue, just to get some easy time in here. So yeah, and I just had so much to read. That's the thing. I don't really know what else I will pick up. Probably one of these two, like Wildfire or Things We Hide from the Light. These are two books that I really should get to. And then yeah, obviously we have this whole series, which is The Ark of a Scythe. Then we also have Sleeping Giants, this entire series. Themis Files. These 3 books we also have. So I have a lot to get to, and I don't know how it will be, but we are 3.5 hours in and we are almost done with the first book. Before I continue on with that, more reading, I have to edit some vlogs. That's the plan. I am going to update later after I have edited whatever I need to. I have been reading for 8 hours, which is longer than I feel like I have read for such a long while. So basically I finished 2 books today and then almost finished a 3rd one. So the first one we finished was The Paris Apartment, and we are following this girl who basically goes to Paris to live with her brother, but he's not there, and there are some creepy things going on. I gave this 2 stars. I didn't like it. I didn't like the characters. The plot twist didn't didn't fully care for it. One of them was a little exciting, and then it just dwindled, and I didn't care of it. Then I finished The Kid. Oh, just The Paris Apartment was for a book outside of my comfort zone, and then The Kid was for lowest rated TBR, and I can definitely see that because I give it 2 stars. So for me, I feel like there are a lot of things that you can learn from this book, like how the system basically failed this kid. So the foster care system just really failed this kid, and that is something that is the one thing I feel like we can learn from, and basically we need to do better in the foster care system. However, I didn't like being in this kid's head just because there are definitely trigger warnings for rape, and it just ended up being a really I didn't like being in his head, and that was just so bad, and I didn't feel like I could. I mean, he basically, like this, it's basically spoilery, but let's just say why I didn't like this. Basically, when he was young, he was raped multiple times, so definitely huge trigger warnings for rape. I don't know how many times we read about it, but then once he grew older, he basically became that person himself that raped other people. I didn't like that. He basically turned into like a sociopath and a rapist and a monster, and that is something that I cannot root for. I feel like even if you have a horrible like upgrowing, you can still turn it around once you get old enough, but he didn't. And then there was some dream sequences, and those lost me. At that point I was just lost, and the ending, I did like it. Let's just put it at that. So 2 stars at that as well. And then I kind of didn't feel like picking anything else up, but I did. And I'm so glad Airfire is definitely the light of my day. Definitely the light of my day. So I am 418 pages in. So I have like 150 pages left maybe. Let's just say that I had to stop at this point because I'm going to bed now, and if I continue on I cannot stop, and that can be really stupid. So I am just going to put it down and continue on with this tomorrow, and I'm hooked. I love Rowan, even though he's really, sometimes I didn't like him. And one thing is that in the beginning, one thing that I really missed in the beginning, I missed to have Rowan's perspective in this, to see what is he thinking. And once we got to Rowan's perspective, I was just like, yes, finally. So yeah, this is definitely, I do not think this could be a book, like a series, that I could read as a like audiobook, except if it is like dramatized, where it has all these kind of different voices, because there are so many different perspectives in here. And it's really, we have like Kale, we have Dorian, we have Selena, we have Manon, we have Rowan. Are there anyone else? I don't even remember at this point. We have so many perspectives, and it can be difficult to basically, wrap your head around. But I can't wait to continue on with the series, and this everything. I feel like I don't really know if it was Helly Fan who said that or not, but she says that once she read this was her favorite, then she read this, and this became her favorite, so they just keep on getting, they're just getting better and better and better and better, and I can definitely say that they are getting better and better and better and better, and I have never been so submerged into a fantasy series in so long. And this is how many books? 7? Like 7 books long, and I read 200 pages. One day I read 400 pages. I read this entire book in a day, and I have not done that in ages. And yeah, so I said that I want to try and read 200 pages every day, and basically yesterday I only got to like page 170 something, but now I am on 418, so I have definitely catched up more than I needed to, and it's great. I am loving this series, and I can't wait to continue on with this. So I don't think this 24-hour readathon, I don't think that I will need this entire week that I've put for it, so that's great. But then I don't know what to do, because I like vlogging things just because I like to talk about them once I'm doing it, so I don't know what I will do with that, but we will just see. So I'm going to that now. Okay, so it's Tuesday, and I have been reading for a little while, so let's take a look. I have been reading for 10 hours and 16 minutes, so it's still a while left, but I have finished 2 books. So the first book that I finished was A Song for the Wall Built, which basically is about a robot and a monk, and I don't really know what else to say about it. It's a really short book, it's 160 pages, so I give it 4 stars. I didn't love it, but it wasn't bad. Overall, it was good and an enjoyable read, and I will read the other book in this. I think it's a duology. Might be more, but it's at least a duology. So that's kind of that. Then I finished off Air of Fire. So this is the 3rd book in the Throne of Glass series. So I loved this so much. It was so amazing. 5 stars. I don't remember the last time that I had a series that I was completely hooked on and I didn't want to put down. I don't think I have had that this year. At least like a new series that I haven't read. I think the last one that I was like that, I think it was A Promise of Darkness or something, that I was just like, I cannot put this down. And that's really crazy. And this one I cannot put down. So the next one that I will start is Queen of Shadows, and I feel like this ends on not like totally like cliffhangers, but they end on like really interesting note, so that you really want to know what is going to happen. So I'm really wondering if we are going to follow like the same characters, or if we are getting any new points, or what we get. So I'm really curious about that, and yeah, can't wait to start that tomorrow. And then I don't really know what else I am going to get to tomorrow. It will probably be a audiobook of some kind before I start with my 200 pages in this. So we will be left at 25. It's going to be really interesting, and I can't wait. So I am, let's check how many hours I am in on this. I am 13 hours in on this, so we are over halfway through at this point, so it's Wednesday. And I just finished, not just finished, I finished it a while ago. I have finished Stillhouse Lake, and I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I feel like this one was a really interesting story. However, I do think that if you love like a true crime, or basically watching like Criminal Minds or something in that genre, I don't think that you will find this as interesting. I mean, you can. However, let's just talk about what the book is about first. So basically, in the beginning, we are following someone called Gina Royal, and she's basically a housewife. She's happy, and she has a happy marriage with 2 kids. Then a car accident, so someone drove into their house, basically reveals her husband's secret. He's a serial killer, and now basically because people don't believe that she didn't know anything, and they are basically ruthless, wanting to basically avenge these deaths basically with them. So she basically makes herself into Gwen Proctor, and basically she's now at a remote place called Stillhouse Lake, and basically she has a new identity. And then a body turns up in the lake, and then threatening letters come. And so why I gave it 3 stars. So I feel like it was really interesting, but I kind of saw from the first person that we kind of met, I instantly knew that something was off, and I had a really good hunch, and the hunch was right. So and that was, it has to be like 30 minutes to an hour into the book. It's like 3.5 hours long, maybe 3, something in those lines. So basically I already knew what was coming way before, like 2 hours, almost 2 hours before this happened. I knew what was going to happen, and I really saw the ending coming. So, but that might not be for, like, not everyone might see that comes. I think that if you are really into crime solving, you might solve this case before she does. So that kind of is it. It's a series. I don't know. I don't feel like kind of having the need to continue on, even though it ended on sort of a cliffhanger. I don't feel the need that I have to continue on with it. So yeah, that was kind of it. With this, it was interesting enough, but it's not like my new favorite thing. I feel like we all know that I like thrillers where I have no clue what is going on, so I don't understand a shit until the ending, and that's when all of it comes together and I understand everything. And sometimes I don't understand anything at all, but that's something else. So yeah, so 3 stars. It's not a bad rating, and I think that there might be some people around here who will really love this one. The next I am going to pick up is Queen of Shadows. So this will take me a while because it's 600 pages. This is going to take a while. 3 days probably. So yeah, I will see how long I can basically read. Today I am not in the biggest reading mood, to be completely honest. I'm kind of not in the mood to read, but I am just going to at least read my 200 pages from my Throne of Glass book, and then I will see if I feel up for any more reading today. I feel like that is like one thing when I am trying to basically read for 24 hours on the clock. I just feel like I sometimes get enough and kind of don't feel like continuing on, but then I also know that I really should, to just finish it off. So yeah, I am just going to do that and see how long it will take me, and then just relax for a while. It's a little later today. We are currently at 15.5 hours. So I've been reading for a while more, and I have started Queen of Shadows as I said I would. I was supposed to only read 200 pages. I am now on 280. This is so interesting. I'm loving this book so much. It's just getting better and better and better. Like in the beginning, I feel like I wasn't bored. I was more angry with Kale. Is it Kale? I think it's Kale. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I was so angry with him because of the things that he says in this book. And I was missing Rowan. Now Rowan is back, and I feel like that will be... Yeah, I can't wait for Kel to meet this Rowan. We haven't gotten there yet, but I'm really I'm loving this series so much. And I mean, it's sad that we are almost at the end. We have 3 books. Once I'm done with this, which will be rather tomorrow or Friday, it really depends on kind of how much reading time I will be able to get. I think that once I start the next books, because next time, the next one is Tower and Dawn and Empire of Storms, and those happens simultaneously. So you are basically reading them at the same time, in tandem. And that is going to be an interesting experience, that I am, you know, starting 2 books at the same time in the same series and follow different people. And I have to say, I have no clue what is going to happen in this series. I know the bare minimum. I know who people end up with, because apparently that is the only thing that I have been following along with, is who is following along. Now I feel like there are definitely some things that are really... There are many people in here, so it's really difficult to follow along on who everyone is. And I have to say, I am really curious how Manon will meet the rest of the people. Just because at this time, she is not within one of them. The rest, and we have another set of people in here called a lead. She's where Manon is. With no context, you know. I'm just talking about people like you know them without any context. But I'm really wondering where we are going with everything, and I'm really curious to see where Manon will, basically how she will get together with the rest. If that is in this book, in the next books, I don't really know, but I am really curious about that. That's kind of it, what I have today. Hopefully, I cannot say hopefully, I am kind of tempted to try and finish this tomorrow. I am almost halfway through this book. If I got to page like 300 and some, I would be halfway through, because it is 645 pages. So we are almost halfway through, and that was in only a few hours. So I am thinking that I am going to aim to finish that tomorrow, and then start the 2 other ones, which will take me a much longer time to finish, because it's 2 like 600 and so page books. So that's going to be a lot, but I am definitely I'm so loving this series. So it's Thursday, and I have reached 24 hours. So, fantastic. So, I have actually finished 3 books today. So, the first one is Deity, I don't really know, which is I think it's the 3rd book in the Covenant series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Which is the kind of Jennifer L. Armentrout series that I am currently in the middle of. And I give it 3 stars. This series is like an okay series overall. It's not something that is amazing, that I am loving, but it's interesting enough for me to continue on with it and see where we are ending. We're basically following this girl called, I think her name is Alexandria. And basically in the first book, she's basically sent to this school where you have like these half-bloods and whole-bloods almost, and she's half-blood, meaning that she is not supposed to, you know, kind of like the full-bloods. But she begins to like this guy, and we are much more like, we have come a long way since then. So we have a few ones left, but the next one is really short. So yeah, but then I finished Queen of Shadows, which 5 stars, amazing. So yeah, I can't wait to continue on. I mean, now we start with the 2 books. So we start both Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn, which is going to be extremely interesting. I don't remember which one we are following in each. I know that one of them is Kale. So yeah, 5 stars, loved it. I don't think I need to explain again what this series is about, because I feel like I've been talking about this series for every single vlog that you have seen me, like that I have filmed in March. You have heard me talk about this over and over and over again. We are 4 books in. We will start with the 5th and 6th one. So I can't wait. I can't wait to actually start with them. I feel like I am in this mood where I don't feel like starting to read. However, I read like 365 pages today, so we are doing really well once I start. And then, just to get to my 24 hours, I read the 2nd book in the Golden Guard trilogy. That one is The Princess Rogue, and in this one we meet Raylin. I think I have to say that at least the 2 ones that I have read, both The Crown's Dog and The Princess Rogue, I feel like these are 2 stories that you definitely kind of should read before you read Air Awakened series. I cannot say if that is the case with the last one, because I haven't read it, but the 2 that I have currently read is definitely something that you should read before Air Awakens. And the reason why I say that is that I feel like you get more of an insight on Baldear's life, because obviously in the Awakened series we are following Vala and Aldrich is Baldear's brother, and I definitely feel, and also you get to meet kind of his Golden Guard that you will meet in the Awakened series, and I feel like you get a bigger perspective on those people and kind of a lot of things that they have done and why they kind of are there before you kind of are thrown into the Awakened series, where you maybe not, you're not familiar with it, and I definitely feel like reading this series has kind of gotten me a different kind of perspective on Balder. I never disliked him in the Awakening series. I feel like he's not someone that I like 100% cared about, because I felt like he was there. He wasn't like you didn't fully like 100% care about him. I have to say, I cared for him. I felt bad in a lot of the things. Not gonna mention any spoilers, but yeah. And then kind of, I don't feel like I have anything to say, but definitely, if you read them before, I feel like you get a much bigger perspective on, I have to say, the choices that Balder makes in the Awakens series as a whole, and also Jax. And now the last one is about Craig, so I don't know if there was anyone else. Craig and Daniel. Yeah, you meet Arian, and I feel like you kind of get to know them more, and then you might understand more the world and kind of different kind of motives that people might have. So yeah, but that was kind of all the books that I'm going to read for this vlog. I was supposed to, I put all the way till Saturday to finish this. I finished it in 4 days, which for me is really crazy, because I have to say, I usually never finish things this early. I mean, 24 hours is such a long time, and I want to try and do 824 in 48 again, but will I be able to? I don't really know, because 12 hours is a lot to read. But we are possibly going to try sometimes in the future. I think that's kind of it. I don't have anything else to say, but I hope you like this. It's not the best vlog that I have had made. I feel like this is more me talking. So yeah, but I hope you like this video enough, and I will see you next time for another one. Bye!